What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should buy the Canon R5. Let's jump into it. So the first thing is the amazing 45 megapixel sensor. This allows you to print extremely large photos as well as just crop in and it'll still look fine. What I tend to do is I try to shoot a little bit wider than what I need, and then I can crop in and recompose the image in Photoshop or Lightroom. This camera does have 8K video, and Canon is notorious for limiting the amount of frame rates and options that you can choose from, but in this camera they pretty much gave you everything from 8K RAW to just regular 8K compressed to 120 and 4K and a variety of other frame rates. And the 8K RAW is kind of extreme, but it is future-proofing yourself for the future when 8K TVs become more of a standard. And this is the first Canon mirrorless camera that you have the ability to use RAW. The next thing up is Canon's autofocus system, because the dual pixel autofocus was absolutely amazing, and with the dual pixel autofocus 2 that's in this camera, you can do eye tracking, face tracking, animal tracking, and it just feels that much more snappy. And honestly, it always keeps you in focus unless you cover your face like this. Then it'll track your hand, but as soon as you remove your hand, it tracks right back on your eye, and it's honestly super amazing. It's pretty much godly in my opinion, and the autofocus just works, so you don't have to struggle trying to focus. You can just pretty much worry about taking the photo or video and let the camera do all the heavy lifting and trying to focus for you. Next thing up is the Canon lens selection, and yes, they do have the new RF glass, but you can use an adapter to use the EF glass, and that will pretty much cover all your ranges. Like, yes, the RF glass is absolutely amazing, and they just work. Like, the L glass is a little bit bigger, but the quality you get from these is absolutely stunning, as well as the lower price point RF glass. They're actually really tiny. You can pretty much fit them in your pocket, which is amazing. As well as the EF glass, it honestly feels like, with the eye autofocus and the face autofocus, and it just feels like you're bringing a new life to these lenses. And in my opinion, they work better with the Canon RF mount system than they did with the original EF mount system, which is kind of weird, but that's just the future of technology, and I find that they just work that much better. So you will have a huge lens selection pretty much for any focal range that you need. You're gonna have in the Canon lens lineup, and as the EF lenses get older, the price is gonna drop dramatically, and you can pick some pretty expensive lens up on the used market for relatively cheap, in my opinion. That's what I do pretty much all the time. I try to find a cheaper alternative to the lens I want, or maybe the lens I want, I'll try to pick up used and save some money. So the next point is, I honestly think that the Canon R5 is the best hybrid camera that you can buy. It has a 45 megapixel sensor as well as log and 8K raw video recording. I don't think you really need 8K, but it's in the camera. For that being said, as well as like IBIS and all the other features, that I definitely think this camera is the best hybrid camera shooter, especially from Canon itself. I definitely think it's the best Canon camera for hybrid shooters if you're traveling or whatnot. Debatably the best hybrid camera altogether, because Canon seems to be dedicated to dropping firmware updates and fixing the problems that the camera does have. So yeah, if you have a better hybrid camera in mind, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm definitely curious. That's all I have for this short little 5 reasons why you should buy the Canon R5. And if you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help. And until the next video, peace.